But I think in general, this is the big thing with this. I found this year, some of the wording. I mean, Disney had been very, well, I'd say this is something they did a lot last year. They kept leaving the door wide open. Oh, we've got more figures and playsets to announce later.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. And
exactly.
So I'm still slightly skeptical when they say about
Gotcha.
More playsets to be announced. Like, well, they've said 5. They've come out and said there's not 8 that was Best Buy, but it's this kind of thing of, well, I don't know. It's really hard. I mean, could they add? But at the same time, I think if they do add a Rebels playset, then you've got 4 Star Wars playsets, 1 Marvel and 1 Disney. That's the ratio is all over the shop. But yeah, I don't know. And also, because I mean, I think I'm going to lead into this from other news that came out this week, because we've seen trailers for Zootopia and Pixar's Good Dinosaur this week.
Yeah.
And they've been talking a lot about how Disney Infinity is a movie tie-in video game.
Right.
And you've got Zootopia and Good Dinosaur coming out in this game, in this sort of year. I'm going to be flat out say I think they are maybe wave 2 and 3 or wave 2 of the Disney side. I'm just putting that out there right now. Whether or not it's toy box only, like Anna and Elsa and Big Hero 6 characters, or power discs or something, I can't believe there won't be anything for it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that we'll definitely see some power discs. If not, we'll see some power discs. If not, figures. But again, I don't know. That's a slight chance for that one. But still, it's gonna be awesome.
First off, Zootopia is a Walt Disney Animation Studio ones, which falls in line to me with Big Hero 6 and Frozen.
Right.
They've dropped the trailer. We don't really know too much about that movie at the minute, so I can see why Disney wouldn't want to come straight out and announce it, because this happened last year with Big Hero 6 characters. They announced them in part of the launch lineup, and he's typing away there.
No, I'm fixing the actual.
All I give you is click, click, click. It's one of those things of last year with Big Hero 6 they announced it. Of course, people really were a bit like with the Inside Out characters this year, where it's like, well, I don't know who these are. So it would make sense. And also, it feels like the information for Good Dinosaur and Zootopia isn't really out there yet. And they're not really announcing they haven't really announced much toys. They haven't really announced anything about these. So it makes sense to hold back.
No, yeah, I agree. It definitely makes sense for them not to actually talk a lot about it. But it's nice for them to actually say, hey, you guys, we're going to go ahead and let's show this to everybody so they know what we're talking about. As far as, Disco, maybe we'll know more closer to launch of the game.
Yeah.
But as far as whether they'll be part of Infinity, I don't see why not. I mean, like I said, if they're not figures, they're definitely going to be power discs, because we're so close to it, and not to mention it's the same thing that happened with Frozen, same thing that happened with Big Hero 6. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if they didn't include it. So,
but also, I'm just looking at the idea that they have said that there's more Disney stuff to come.
Absolutely. They've said it several times, which again makes our ears perk up to see if that's happening.
Not just those 11 figures or the 9 figures they've announced so far for Disney Infinity 3.0, which include obviously the 5 Inside Out characters. You have Cora and Sam from Tron, Mickey and Minnie, and then you've also got Olaf and Mulan. So it's going to be interesting. I think while they've been very open about lots of stuff, they've still got lots of surprises left for them. And it wouldn't surprise me if that was like a nice D23 kind of, that would fit in a lot better at that of place than San Diego Comic-Con or E3.
No, yeah, I agree. It definitely fits, especially if they were to announce more Disney side. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to do it at D23. So yeah, no, they got to be part of it. They just have.
Well, I mean, judging by those 2 trailers, I mean, you've obviously got the Fox and the Bunny from Zootopia are 2 standout characters they're pushing straight off the bat. So those
they are the main characters. So
yeah, and then you've also Good Dinosaur. You have the green dinosaur, and you have the little lad. So now I know they've said about not doing 4-figured. I think, but I don't know. Things could change. It's just my gut reaction at the minute is you've got 2 big movies coming out. I can't believe they would miss, because they know about them 4 or 5 years in advance. It's not like they don't know about them. It's not like the live action ones where it's all kind of a lot more last minute. I don't know. My gut feeling is that we could see something on it.
Well, I mean, something that did stand out, and while you're saying this, something that stood out to me in John Blackburn's interview with Game Informer is he did say that they're a lot closer to their main goal, which was to have content release when a movie releases.
Yeah.
So it just only makes you believe, and then not to mention JV saying at Twitch that he met with producers of future Infinity. So it's like it just makes you believe that hey, this is going to be a common occurrence. Next Disney movie that comes out, you're going to have some new content with Disney Infinity. So who knows? Maybe they might be there already with Good Dinosaur and Zootopia. So.
I mean, they've been very, very, especially in the Game Informer stuff, they were very much about Disney Infinity is a movie tie-in or a tie-in video game. This is about them not doing the sort of the traditional rushed or bad video games for the movies. And the idea is this is a licensed game. This is what this is what Infinity is about. And I know a lot of people go on about sort of the classic stuff, the classic Disney stuff that they want to see. But I don't think that's ever really been the target for them. They've always been focused on what's coming out, what's out now. You look at 2.0, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, those, and the Spider-Man cartoon. That is what's out right now. The Maleficent figure, Big Hero 6, those are all they throw in a few classics here and there, but they are focused purely on the new content coming through, and getting as much merchandise out for that. Then the idea of them making a Robin Hood or a Beauty and the Beast play sets at the minute, they're not really looking in that direction. I don't think. Maybe later down the line when they've used up, but they've got so many new movies coming out, they don't need to.
Yeah.
But
definitely as toy box figures, at least.
Yeah, I think that's you've always got a chance of that. But now I think in general, to me, Good Dinosaur and Zootopia are ones to, if there was anything going to be coming out as extra waves, that is where I feel we could get them. And also they've been a bit smarter with the Disney stuff this year, where they've put those characters on the back of them of those packets, but they can always make more packets later on with new lineup. And if they are going to be later, maybe they're right. Okay, these aren't going to be available bang on launch. And also, they can slap on that. You must have an internet connection on the box, and that fixes the problem.
Yeah.
Because I think the Lego are doing that now. They literally just put on there, you must have an internet connection to buy these.
No, it makes sense. I mean, you everybody's so connected nowadays. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of it, and they've talked about it in the past about wanting to have more updates more regularly than this yearly thing. They're not quite at that point that they can do that fully yet, but no, I think this is certainly going to be interesting coming up. And E3, I think this is going to be just very, very interesting to see what comes out. It's the start to me of the big push for the summer to get just hoping for a release date. It's just that's the big thing I think everyone's just waiting for, is when they can get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this week's show before we kind of wrap it up for this week?
For the show in general, or the Twitch cast? The show in general. Just stay tuned, guys. Again, I'll be live tweeting as much as I can, updating our Facebook. Definitely be taking pictures galore, video galore. So stay tuned for lots of updates. Be patient with me too, as trying to get the info up online as fast as possible. But hey, I'll do it the best I can. So
yes, that's cool. So yeah, big shout out again to our Patreons, the Sorter app, and also our magicbandcollectors.com, and also to Infinity Museum for being a Patreon. But yeah, you can check us out on all of our social medias, Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, Facebook group. We've also got Twitter, and there you can see him nicely showing off his nice sort of box there. So there we go with all the different items on it. But yeah, follow Abe. We'll be doing as much coverage as we humanly can. You can see him there all nicely trying to stretch out, ready to go.
I'm so exhausted. I'm ready. All the madness starts tomorrow. But yeah.
And they've already sort of. I mean, E3 is just they've already started out the announcements and things.
Yeah,
gonna be an interesting week, and we'll be trying to keep you updated with videos and stuff throughout the week. That's the plan, to try and get as much out as possible and trying to give as much coverage as possible. Yeah, pretty much going to wrap up this week's show. So big thank you to A for joining me again this week.
No problemo.
And we shall see you guys later.
Adios. Oh man, it's gonna be exhausting. Get ready for it. Roller coaster ride. Hands up, everybody.
Woo!